Hello everybody and welcome back to another Toonkind at 12 FPS. My name is Avi and I am playing Shiro Azumi, your local real kind detective. And I am joined tonight by...
Hello everyone. I'm Vamp, and I shall be playing Draft House's local magic man, Mersel.
Right, and we
Uh,
got a treat for you tonight.
and before we begin, I must put in a disclaimer. If you have listened to Monster Mash Bash, this is set before Halloween.
This is set before Halloween, keep that in mind. Uh, Apparently some things went down and I have not listened to that game, so that's gonna be fun to listen to later.
Well, I did tell you what happened.
Yeah, and I'm just like, yikes.
But, on a lighter note, if we're painting the scene, it's probably a beautiful day out. Sun's shining, the birds are chirping, and hey, Azumi, what you doing today?
um, Azumi's chill. I think this is probably something that like they probably like coordinated to meet up
Yeah.
beforehand. So I think he's like likely on his way to go meet up with Mersel, who he's met once before, and then kept meeting because apparently Mersel kept wanting to meet with him.
Mm. Azumi, softly, I don't understand this, but all the better to get information.
Yeah, pretty much. Um,
And speaking of Marcel, I'm not making you roll perception. You've met him multiple times at this point, and like he's 6'11" when he's wearing his heels. You're never gonna have trouble picking him apart from a crowd. And you do see like the top of his like crooked pointed hat like pop into view.
Alright, yeah, if he sees it, he's going straight for Marcel.
Hey, and Marcel spots Azumi and gives a little wave and goes, "Hey, Azumi.
Hello, yes, hello, good day.
Hi. I know we were going to meet up and do something, and I was wondering if you'd like to spar."
Uh, he pauses, and, he, gives you a, surprised, very surprised look, and he, and he says, "Oh, that's rather out of nowhere.
Marcel,
What's brought this all of a sudden?"
Marcel gives a sheepish smile and rubs at the back of his neck, and he goes, "Oh, nothing." And you can roll insight on that if you like.
You're asking me, playing a boy who is built to insight, to roll insight.
Roll insight, Avi.
All right, 17.
That's fun. You cannot tell shit.
Well,
You look at him and you cannot tell shit.
yeah, I think that annoys him. Anyway,
Good, because for everyone listening, the reason why Marcel challenges me to a spar is because he is getting annoyed at the fact that Azumi keeps handicapping himself whenever they go and compete in the shooting range or even just regular things. He is the choke emoji right now, basically.
um,
And well, you can't tell anything. So as far as you can tell, he's telling the truth when he's just like, "Oh, it's nothing. Well, I would usually spar with some friends today, but everyone's busy at the moment, and considering um how good you are at the shooting range, I was wondering if you're willing to give it a whirl."
um, there's another like short pause, and he goes. After a moment, he says, "Well, I don't exactly have the my usual equipment. I'm afraid all I have is my rapier and all my other weapons, but I would not be opposed.
I'm gonna say that like when Saul hears that Zumi doesn't have his regular equipment, he kind of pauses and tilts his head like, "Would you like for me not to use any of my equipment in this part then?"
Hmm. I think he thinks about it, and he looks you up and down.
You, I mean, the only thing, I mean, he is a spellcaster, but the only equipment that you can see on him, like, offhand, are like, you maybe see the faint outline of bracers under his sleeves, but like, bracers are just like things you start daggers in.
Uh. Hmm. I think he is that kind of idiot. I think Azumi just goes. What was that?
No, that's me laughing at the fact you're calling him an idiot.
Look, look. The whole reason why we're doing this is because he's an idiot.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Um. Uh. Uh. Um. I think. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I think he. He says. He says. I don't think there's any need for that. In fact, I quite enjoy a challenge myself. And the smile he gives you is a little bit more genuine. You've probably seen this before. But his smile is a little bit more genuine than his usual polite smile. Um, but then he continues to ask, where were you thinking?
Oh, well, I considered the roof of Dodo Studios because that's usually where me and my partner spar. But I believe that someone might be using it today, so is that suggestion. I think there is a sparring ground near the shooting range if you'd like to go there instead.
Hang on, I think you like mentioned the roof of Dodo Studios, and there's like this brief moment where the expression on his face is just, well, I should have expected that.
God, I think Mersel notices and he's just like, oh yeah, I spar a lot with Toby and Primmy and Ava and Charlie and, well, a few others on the roof. I believe we call it the Denny's parking lot by now.
What's a Denny's?
I don't know. Short Skin and Snailian were the ones that coined it there. You know, aliens and all that, their terminology is still hard to keep track of.
I suppose, but if that's out of the question, then I wouldn't mind the space. You said that was near the shooting range?
Yes, I believe it's a sparring ground.
Alright, lead the way.
And Marcel does. I'm gonna roll something real quick though. That's a 10. Marcel does take out two milkshakes and one for himself, and he hands one to Azumi.
I think he takes it.
Yeah, like
Is this something that's like normal enough for Marcel that Azumi has probably seen him do this like before?
yes,
Okay,
this is extremely normal for Marcel.
all right then. I think he just takes it.
Fletch, I hate you so much for what you put in that. But anyway, to the Marcel's word, it's actually not that far of a walk. Like you're probably like just about to finish your milkshake, which is a very good milkshake, but and here in the sparring ground, you can tell when you're there because it seemed to have just been recently used, given the craters and everything around. But as the two previous fighters that were using it leaves it, craters magically smooth themselves out and everything.
Oh boy. Yeah.
And
Continue.
Yeah, and Mersel stops in front of his stops in the middle of a clearing and it's just like, well, here's the sparring ground.
Uh, I think, I think, uh, sorry, I keep looking at Nuts and Bolts gallery. um,
Yeah.
I think he, takes a look around and he, like, probably paces a bit and, sets his briefcase and everything down at some spot. Um, but he does have his hand on his rapier, and he says, I think this is good enough.
Alright, and Mersel pauses and goes, we start 15 feet apart?
Standard.
And there. And I assume they go to stand 15 feet apart and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And before they start, Marcel's just like, so what are the rules? Everything goes?
Uh, you see him think for a moment, and he tilts his head to the side, and he goes, you know what? Why not?
Everything goes.
Um. Yeah. Anything else?
He pauses and goes, nah, uh, let's go then.
All right. He draws his weapon.
Alright, and so does Cell, and let's roll initiative.
What was your initiative mod? Okay. Okay, that makes sense.
That's a 12 for Marcel. I have never rolled good initiative in my life, ever.
17 for
Zoomy.
Azumi. All right. Okay. Okay, so for his first turn, sorry, I'm so used to doing this in Bash over text, but um, I have never been one to strategize. So his first move, he is going to charge in, and he is going to attack and cast Booming Blade. And let me see if I remember how to do this. Ba-ba-ba. Oh, fuck. Vamp, I cannot make this up. Did I lose you?
Hello? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Alright, so I knew you rolled a nat 20. But I'm also gonna use one of Marcel's features and use a luck point to make you reroll that.
Alright, fun. Oh my fucking god, he got one less.
I mean, it's not a nat 20, I'll take that. So roll your damage.
Alright, so to suffer, okay, you suffer 1d8. Where's my d8?
Okay.
You take 6 damage.
Okay. I will say that for flavor, Azumi, you swing your rapier at Mersel, and it should have landed an extremely bad hit. But at the last second, like your grip kind of falters, and Mersel manages to dodge, so it still hits him. It just grazes.
Well, that's disappointing.
I'm sorry. I mean, I don't plan on making this easy for you.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Out of curiosity, by the way, Avi, you rolled Booming Blade, right?
Yeah.
You do remember that booming. Okay, so you attacked me with a rapier and you used Booming Blade. Have you rolled the damage, the like normal damage die of the weapon yet?
Yes, that was the normal damage die.
So that's 3 from the normal and that's 3 from the Booming Blade?
No, that's 3 from the normal. But don't you add the dex mod for rapier? You
No,
only take thunder damage if you move.
no, Avi, with weapons like rapiers, how you do it is, rapiers deal d8 damage and you add your dexterity mod to that
Yeah,
damage.
I rolled a 3 from the d8.
So you roll. Oh wait. Oh, okay. No, I get it. I'm thinking of Chezo, who's a high enough level, like who has a high enough level in like
This
spellcasters.
isn't Bash!
Shut up! Shut up! I'm so used to like the D8 like being being like applied to the attack roll. Let me live. But
I shake you.
yeah, it's Marcel's turn, and actually he's gonna use his reaction to cast something in response to being hurt. Azumi, roll me a dexterity save.
Yes. Don't mind if I do. Is this a spell?
Yeah, this is a spell, so you will get an opportunity attack because you're a mage slayer. But first, roll me that dex save.
Alright. I need to make sure because of evasion.
You know what? Just for fun, re-roll that. Oh my god, Azumi, fine, you take half damage, shaking your fucking head.
Well, wait, are both of these successes?
Yeah.
If he has evasion, and if this is a spell, and he succeeds, he doesn't take any damage.
Evasion?
Evasion.
Ooh, okay. So in that case, Marcel actually sets you on fire with Hellish Rebuke. However, I'm assuming you're just very used to fighting spellcasters at this point, so you just kind of manage to dart out of the way, and you do see Marcel like look surprised at that because that's the first time someone managed to evade like Hellish Rebuke entirely.
Do you want to roll this is not going to like take an action or anything. Do you want to roll a quick perception?
Hey, sure. 14.
There is a grin on Azumi's face.
Okay. Also, out of curiosity, is evasion a rogue thing?
Yes. Evasion is rogue, and I think it's also for monks.
Ah, okay, make the. Alright, so, yeah, you can roll the opportunity attack of mage. Oh, wait, but if evasion eats up your reaction.
Is evasion a reaction?
I don't know, that's why I'm asking you. Does it eat up your reaction?
I did not write it down on my sheet. Give me like one second.
No, I just looked it up. It doesn't eat up your reaction, so make the opportunity attack.
Hell yeah. Oh my god.
Is it max damage?
It's not max damage.
Okay, roll the damage.
He's just going feral today. Oh. Okay.
Okay. He's shaking that damn Avi, your rolls.
Yeah, and that laugh was in character.
Yep. I think I think like it is Cell's turn now.
Yeah,
I
it
think he
is.
just I think he just kinda like raises an eyebrow at Azumi and make a wisdom save. I know you have advantage on those.
Alright. That's not the right number. God damn it. I can type.
Okay. Yeah.
Alright, yeah. And this is the second one.
Da-da-dee, da-da-dee, da-da-da-da-da-da.
13.
That does not make it. You are a whole person.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah. Fun times. Like, Mersel raises an eyebrow at you and grins and goes, well, you're not the only one who has tricks up his sleeve. And, he kinda like points his dagger at you and, Azumi, you are a whole person. Like, chains of starlight just burst out of the ground and wrap around your limbs and hold you down.
Oh,
And,
hell.
um,
I guess I might have to try my hardest against you.
oh no, what a shame. Mersel like puts a hand on his cheek. He's a little more cheeky than you would expect from him. Like, he has a grin on his face, and he is gonna use his bonus action to make an offhand attack with his dagger.
Well,
And he is using his bonus action to make an offhand attack with his dagger, which I think he can do. Because I know that you can attack with your bonus action with your like non-dominant hand, and it does make it that it does deal less damage, but you can do it. So I'm gonna do that. I'm actually gonna look this up real quickly because D&D rules. Why can't you be more specific? D&D. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's not like specific enough. So Avi, I'm giving you, I'm letting you make this decision. I know that you can dual wield in D&D by like when you make an attack with your main hand, you can use your bonus action to make an attack with your offhand hand. It just won't like have your strength/dexterity modifier added to the damage. And I'm asking you if Mersel can use his bonus action to, attack with his offhand hand.
yeah. I mean, I don't mind.
Yeah, because he is holding both of his daggers. He did cast Hold Person while holding both of his daggers, which he can do because he's a warrant caster.
Yeah. I'm gonna say, yeah, why not?
Okay, so in that case, he has advantage because Azumi is currently Hold Person. Does a 24 hit?
Yes, it does.
And 24 hits. Dagger. Or Starlight Daggers. 26. And plus D6. And because Azumi is incapacitated and is paralyzed, and Mersel has advantage on his attacks to Azumi. He also gets a sneak attack off, which means Azumi takes 14 damage.
Fun times.
Yeah, and Azumi, you can tell that Cell's not very like used to his daggers yet, but it is decent with them.
Alright, I have to do math, blah blah blah.
You gotta roll your whiz save.
Yes, and whiz save is an action, right? Oh, and at the end of the turn. Okay.
Yeah.
And again, he has advantage on those.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention after swiping at Azumi, Cell did move 30 feet back.
That would proc Booming Blade, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, it would. Roll your damage. He did not realize that that was Booming Blade.
All right. So that means you get. I dropped my dice. Uh, that means you get 1d8 of thunder damage. Woo! That's a 7.
How much did 7? Whew, you're getting really good rolls.
I said to Azumi today that we would hold back, and then he said no.
You love to see it. You do see Cell wins as the lightning arcs over his skin, but he still like darts back 30 feet.
All right, what were your rules for? Okay, there it is. Thank God I like copied it. All right, and yeah, is a 17 pass?
Yes, however, I am using a luck point, and I mean, if I'm using a luck point to impose disadvantage on you, would it just cancel it out and make you roll normally?
I don't know. I don't know if Draft
'Cause
House uses the same rules.
we don't, because you can use a luck point for not only for your own rolls, but like to force an opponent to re-roll, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll leave it up to you. You can roll again with like the same advantage, or you can take the first roll of the bunch, which is a 5.
Yeah, you know what? Let's see. You know what? I'll just roll like one more time and see where that gets us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. He's still helping.
Yeah. Yeah. I will say, by the way, the above roll that 17 like meets the DC. Spell save DC is 17.
God damn. Oh well.
Yeah. Azumi, you are still help person.
All right. I'm
Ourselves.
gonna do something real quick. I don't know if this will like. Actually, do I
I'm
roll?
curious now.
No, he's not going to roll. You see the grin turn into a frustrated frown. He does not look pleased in the slightest.
Mersel calls out from where he's 30 feet away, going, I did ask if anything goes.
Well, guess that's shame on me then.
Okay, I'm thinking now. Okay, Merssel's actually not gonna get closer to Azumi. He's gonna move 30 feet back again, and he's gonna instead shoot off 2 Eldritch Blasts. Just, one Eldritch Blast, but he gets 2 beams. And because Azumi is paralyzed, they do get advantage even if they don't auto-crit. So here's the first blast, which does not hit.
Does not
Think.
hit.
And here's the second blast.
That does hit.
And that would be, oh my god, that's max damage.
So Azumi's bloodied.
Yeah. Azumi, Mersel shoots 2 Eldritch Blasts at you, and you manage to lean out of the way of the first one. However, the second one just hits you like a truck. And his turn.
Alright, let's do our wit saves again.
He is out of luck points at this point, so whatever you roll.
Whatever I roll is what I roll. Oh shit.
Did he roll in that 20 was safe?
He did not. But you said that a 17 passes?
Yeah. So, Azumi, you finally get out of it.
Alright, cool. That was at the end of his turn, so.
Yeah. Mersel sees you get out of it and is just like quietly very thankful at himself that he opened up a 60 feet gap between you two. And if that's your turn, he's gonna go for 2 more Eldritch Blasts. No longer at advantage though, because Azumi is
The 14 hits.
His AC is the same as Sal's?
Yep.
He has a +3 deck. Only so does that. Never mind. Okay, so that would be damage.
It's still ouch. Hang on, give me like 1 second.
Oh boy. Also, to everyone listening,
Oh god.
especially those from Bash, my only defense is Hold Person is my favorite spell.
Here's what's going to happen. Azumi is going to bonus action dash, get up close to you, and swipe again with another booming blade.
Yeah, I'm gonna rule that all those.
Hang on, there's some noise going on back there. Aiden William?
Latch, you have no room to talk considering you're friends with Marzi.
I don't care. You will? Huh? Sorry, I'm back.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that Mersel didn't move on his turn because the clearing wasn't big enough, and he was like, I don't really want to just snipe someone from far.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. What did I say? He's going to bonus action dash, get up close to you, and then use his action to cast Booming Blade on you again.
Yep. Go for it.
Oh, thank God. You're so tall. 25.
25 hits.
And woo! What are you guys watching? It takes 7 damage.
Alright. Marcel is bloody.
Where do you think you're going?
Oh, nowhere. And is that Azumi's turn?
Yeah, that's all he can do right at this moment, so.
Okay, so Marcel is the wishing star is a celestial goddess. And Marcel is gonna use his bonus action to heal himself. He's healing 11 HP back. He is no longer bloody.
Well,
Zumi, you just see like pale blue light like erupt from him and kind of knit some of his wounds back together. And he kind of like looks at Azumi and goes, "Well, normally I wouldn't use it in spars, but then he did say anything goes," and he's smiling a little cheekily.
He's still grinning at you. Do you want to roll another, like, quick perception?
Yeah, sure. 15.
I will say, because he did, like, close the gap between, the two of you. There is a very, very wild look in his eyes as he's fighting you.
That's weird, but he'll worry about it after the fight. For now, Marcel's quick question before Marcel does this. Does Azumi have anything metal on him?
Metal? Are you gonna fucking heat metal?
No, not heat metal.
Oh, thank God. Metal, the only thing he's holding right now that is metal is his rapier, so.
Okay, so no metal armor, right? Like he's not wearing anything metal?
Yeah.
Okay, so Marcel is not gonna go for a shocking grasp. Instead, he's gonna let me look at my options here. Mm, could do that.
Oh,
But nah, I think Mersel might just still go for the shocking grasp because he can attack with his daggers, but he's gonna use his magic. So yeah, maybe it's a 25 hit.
yes. Can I use my reaction to, uh, mage slay this man?
Sure.
Here we go.
Here you go.
Oh, buddy.
What did he roll?
I'm fucking 2.
Azumi, my beloved. Yeah, you go to like swipe at Marcel with your rapier as you see him preparing the spell, but he probably has figured out at this point that that's something you can do, considering you've done it twice to him this whole fight. So dodges out of the way and hits you smack that with a shocking grasp. Deals 8 damage.
Cool. Azumi's in single digits.
Yeah, and because you took your reaction to pecking to pecking Mage Slay this man, Roselle's just gonna like actually bump past you and like walk and like this is 30 feet of movement.
That procs, Booming Blade again.
Yeah, I keep forgetting about. Actually, in that case, I'm gonna roll to see if Rosal remembers about the Booming Blade. Is that a wit save or an arcana?
Remembering his intelligence. That's
Yeah.
history.
Okay, so if it's history, that would be. Yeah, I feel like with a 13, he probably does remember and stay put. Yeah, Azumi, it's your turn.
Oh, this is fun. Um, what are you gonna do, buddy? Let me look at his spells. He doesn't have a lot in terms of like damage spells, but he's here. Um, oh, I forgot I gave him this spell. God damn it. Well, this actually does make sense in any case, but well, I think he's just gonna go for goddamn Booming Blade again. Cause Avi forgot about the spell I just gave him.
Yeah. Blur, right?
Here we go. Alright, shoot.
Yeah, that just about misses it.
And then I think he's going to bonus action offhand, right? With his
Yeah.
with his own dagger.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember how like offhand works.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fine. That's fine.
Okay, that hits.
And it's just straight D4 because it's a dagger. No mods. Right?
Yeah, no mods because you're doing it offhand.
Yeah. Oh my god. Well,
Oh, max. Unfortunately, Marcel's gonna save his reaction. It's 33. Yeah, he's not bloodied yet. Is that Azumi's turn?
yeah, I will say again, he is in single digits, so he does look pretty bad. But I will say, that is not stopping him.
I think Marcel actually pauses and it's just like, Azumi, do you want to throw the fight?
He cocks his head at you like, Uh, um, shoot, what does he say?
Are you talking about what you've told me in DMs before? Because I can tell you what he says.
Um, no, I'm trying to think of what Azumi would like reply with. Okay, he tilts his head when you ask him that, like, what the hell are you talking about? And he goes, "Don't you want to finish what you started?"
Hmm. Marcel's just like, hmm. Like inwardly, he's like, well, do we have time to unpack all that? While holding like a briefcase that looks like exactly like Azumi's. And then we cut back to him like outside and it's just like, well, yes, I want to finish his spar, but I don't want to knock you out so badly that you're hurt.
Like, does he say that out loud?
Yeah, he says that out loud.
I think he just laughs at you. Um, hang on, let me let me figure out what kind of laugh he does. You see him like shake, and he goes, "Oh, I've had far worse than this."
Fair enough. And Saul's gonna fucking attack him. That's another yeah, another shocking grasp.
Yeah,
25
that
hits
hits,
this week.
and you're down.
Yeah, he puts like he jams like the hilt of his dagger into Azumi's side and just casts shocking grasp. And as Azumi goes down, he's for a moment Sal's just kind of like looking down at him like, what's that? But then he shakes his head and he's gonna roll. Yeah, Azumi, you get 12 points hit points back.
Cool.
And as you wake up, you see like Saul kind of crouched down like next to and above you. It's just like, hey, are you awake?
You see him like wince a little.
Good, good. You're finally awake. Um,
Was that intentional?
I don't know what you're talking about, Smiles. Um,
Thank
I
you.
think Marcel, I think Marcel just sits down next to Azumi and was just like, "Did I give you the challenge you were expecting?"
That and then some. His laugh this time does not sound quite as unhinged. Um, is there like a towel or anything?
Oh, I'm gonna roll. That's a fumble. Hey, has Azumi ever seen a Toon fumble?
Yes, the first tune he's ever met fumbled.
Good, you're gonna see it again. That's a 4. Mersel, you see Mersel like take off his hat and reach into it. Like you've associated this with Mersel like getting stuff out of his hammer space already, right? Um, what he takes out this time, however, is a shower curtain, which he looks at, and the tips of his ears actually redden a little, and it's like, ah, no, that wasn't what I was trying to do. And he drops it back in, but you see a tag that reads property of, and before like it goes like back into the hat. And let me look again. That's not a fumble. He takes out an actual towel this time and holds it up to his knee.
Yeah, and he takes it and like starts to like wipe off the sweat. Um,
Yeah. And you look at Marcel and he's not like sweating to the extent that Azumi is because finger guns too. And he is actually looking at Azumi. And he says, "You didn't tell me that you laughed like that."
Uh, hang on, let me roll something real quick. Yeah, that's what I thought. I am in the
Hmm.
wrong channel. Sorry, guys. He goes, laugh like what?
What was that +2?
That
Was
was
that
wisdom.
amazing? So kind of looks at him and like, laugh like, and he gives like an approximation, which is actually like a pretty damn good approximation.
um, you actually see his expression. Like, you have never seen him give you this sort of expression. It looks almost, it's not embarrassed. The, the best way I can describe it is a, oh shit, kind of face.
Mersel files that away in the back of his head. But
and he just goes, oh, sorry, sometimes I tend to get quite a bit carried away when it comes to, a good spar.
I think I'm gonna roll a D2 real quick to see what Marcel decides. If it's a 1, he's gonna. If it's a 2, he will. Okay, if it's a 2, it will. Now, normally Marcel is not the kind of person to die. However, due to reasons, he's due to like the fact that he's been going grinding, due to character development reasons, he is a little more open to prying than he normally would be. It's like you said when I asked you if you wanted to end this part early, you said you've had worse.
He pauses and he hesitates and he goes, you know, Marcel, I didn't take you for the kind of person to pry.
Me, the man strangling Azumi. I think like Azumi does see Marcel kind of not quite flinch. It's more like a little bit of twitch, and he picks at his sleeves, or he kind of sighs and goes, "Fair enough." And then he looks at Azumi, and he gives like a cheeky look, and then he goes, "You are a real kind, though. You sure have a tune laugh."
Attune what?
A tune laugh.
Should I take that as a compliment?
Um, and here he actually kind of picks at his cheek a little and goes, "Actually laugh somewhat similarly when I get caught up in something."
He raises a brow at you.
But you think that I was able to approximate your laugh through sheer acting skill alone?
Well, you'd be surprised.
No, I'm afraid I'm not that good of an actor. Well, you've heard me chuckle, but when I'm actually really, when I find something actually really funny, well, when I start going, bursting into laughter, my laugh actually sounds pretty similar to what yours does.
Mm. He kind of like does like that like thoughtful hum, and he tilts his head and he goes, "Well, that's rather interesting."
Maybe you'll hear it someday. But, he kind of pauses a little. and you see him roll his sleeves up to sheath his daggers and his bracers. Before he goes, well, sorry for prying, and well, suppose I might as well say it now. The reason why I invited you this par is because I will admit I've gotten very annoyed by the fact that you keep handicapping yourself at everything we do.
He blinks at surprise at you. Um, and, he, takes a deep breath and he says, shoot, what does he say? Give me a sec.
As
He.
Azumi's brain is doing dial-up noises right now.
What?
Azumi's brain is doing dial-up noises.
Yeah. And he's just. I think he says, he says something along the lines of, well, you have to understand that I excel at the things I enjoy doing. Beating someone on the first try is not exactly fun.
Mersel gives a snort and is like, no, I understand that, but well, you certainly looked like you enjoyed fighting.
Yes.
And the look and implication here is, and I sure did beat you. That?
Yes, you are quite excellent, which is, quite, well, I would not expect any less from my. And then he catches himself. Sorry, you are quite good as yourself.
Let me put it this way. How insulted would you have felt if I had strolled up to that fight telling you that, oh, Azumi, I don't want to beat you. Would you mind if I take off a few of my magic items to make this a fair fight?
Give me a sec. I'm trying to decide what he's doing. Ah, shit. Okay, yeah, that checks out. That was a wisdom check. Um, uh, it actually takes him a moment or two to, like, respond to you, before he actually, like, registers, what you just said. And, he goes, Oh, sorry. No, I don't think I would appreciate that all that much.
Wouldn't you feel even more insulted if I didn't even tell you I was handicapping myself, but you figured it out anyway?
No, I mean, I did do the same to you, so. In any
So,
case, that would make us even.
so like, not what I meant. What I meant was, it's you don't have to handicap yourself against me. I suppose if you actually were good enough to completely trounce me if you didn't handicap yourself, then that makes sense. After all, that wouldn't be fun for you, but I'm not I'm no slouch in fighting or even shooting things myself. 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 . 」 。 . 」 。 . 」 。 . 」 。 . 」 。 . 」 . 」 . 」 .
wanted me to stop handicapping myself, you could have just said so.
I could have, but where's the fun in that? You just said instantly.
You certainly are something, Mersel.
Thank you. And you're quite a fight yourself. I have never seen someone just shrug off a hellish rebuke like that.
Well, I've had plenty of practice.
I suppose so. A private detective probably has experience choosing criminals and such, huh?
Yes. And he smiles quite.
Well, Marcel's stretches. I'm probably gonna take a bit of a rest, but after that, would you like this far again?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, and like cause Cell is a warlock, so literally he only has to wait like 30 minutes before he's good to spar again, and all his spell slots are back.
Yeah, is that a good place to, like, end off?
We could, cause the thing is, Cell's not gonna pry further, and honestly, he's just like, yes, okay, Azumi gets really, really carried away in fights. Number one. Number two, Azumi has probably gotten hurt at some point in his past, considering what very concerning thing he said to me was. Number three, Azumi will hopefully stop handicapping himself for no reason. And he's satisfied with that. He's very satisfied with that. And honestly, like, if they spar again and Azumi does that laugh again, like, Azumi will, like, see Mersel, like, kind of grin.
Oh boy. Well, I see you guys in the Nuts and Bolts gallery. I love you guys. Thank you very much for listening in to Azumi Gets His Ass Kicked, the FPS.
Yeah. I hope you all had fun, and Abby, how many times did Azumi's brain, like, crash like a shoddy Microsoft product this FPS?
At least twice. uh,
Azumi, my beloved.
but yeah. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you, Vamp, for playing with me. We bid you a happy time zone. Bye, everybody.
Bye.